Little Nitro.
Stacked.
If James lost, he'd have to eat a dub.
I'm not doing that. Did you see that clip of Deion Sanders?
You don't call Nick Saban Nick. Don't call me Deion.
Let me put some respect on his name. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday, the 8th of November. It is election day. I hope you've completed your civil duty. Polls are now closed. Now, we'll just get to see what your fellow Americans decided. But in the meantime, the new College Football Playoff Committee has released their rankings. I'm sure many of you have seen them. Georgia comes in at number 1, Ohio State 2, Michigan 3, TCU 3, and Michigan 4 West. Are you surprised Tennessee looking on the outside in? LSU could potentially blow this whole thing up with be a SEC champion with 2 losses. What is going to happen and transpire? LSU has a cake of a season. I believe they have, UAB and A&M the next couple of weeks. Another, I think milquetoast team in between then. It's going to be a fun time. Georgia may run the table. I think they're going to have a tough game, maybe only with the SEC champion. I don't know how things are going to wrap up. Does Texas beat TCU? They're currently favored by 7 points in Austin. College game day will be in the Austin area. You are extremely zoomed in. I don't know what you're trying to do there, West Washington. You all right there, buddy?
No, I was don't worry about what I was doing, man. Don't make it weird. But no, man. Are you sure it's TCU 3? I thought it was TCU 4.
Can you turn me up in my headphones way at one time? I was like, it's a little light. Maybe it's because I don't have a hat on, so
You good?
I'm good now.
Right.
Is it? I thought TCU was 4.
Yeah, TCU was 4. I had a little misjudgment there. Michigan 3, TCU
Okay.
4.
But I mean, I think TCU's probably got. To me, I think TCU's got the easiest road. I mean,
Even though
they're
they're
Texas, but if they can't beat Texas, then
they're a 7-point dog on the road at Texas.
Yeah. But if they can't beat Texas, then they just playoffs.
But you would say they have an easier road than LSU? If LSU wins out, LSU is currently ranked 7, and all they have left on their schedule is
Why you gotta talk about Arkansas like that?
Arkansas, and UAB and A&M. I mean, come on.
Well, those are 2 of the teams that start. 2 of those teams started the season in the top 25. So I mean,
A&M had no business being in that top 25 at all. We all know that nonsense.
well, they've had some injuries with quarterbacks and things like that. They got some talent. They got Octane.
A-Chain.
That dude's Octane, whatever his name is. He's dangerous.
Well, Anaya Smith
Arkansas
ain't there
got
either.
talent, dude, but you know what? It don't matter if you don't win. So they need to win the games. But Ohio State and Michigan, obviously one of them have to lose.
Yep.
So who gets in? Are we going to see a team with 2 losses making the playoffs this year?
LSU is the only shot.
I mean, so now you got who's is LSU going to play for the SEC championship? If they play an undefeated Georgia team and win, now what happens? So
Chaos.
there's a lot to be played out. And even if TCU, finish the season undefeated, they still got to play their Big 12 championship game, which I think is going to matter. When you're talking about how does the Big 12, how do they do their championship?
It's going to be whoever finishes 1 and 2. So essentially, like if we were to look at it right now, who do you think wins between them, Texas and TCU Saturday? Just tell me.
I mean, the way TCU is looking, I can't really go against TCU. I like TCU. I mean, it's weird saying that, you need TCU's defense to step up because they have always been such a great defensive team. But I like TCU. I just don't. Texas to me hasn't been consistent enough
Yeah.
for me to get behind them to beat a top team like TCU.
So here's the problem. You have Texas, Baylor, and K-State all at 4-2 right now. If Texas loses, they're pretty much out of the Big 12 tournament. I mean, a Big 12 championship game, which, you know, you got to lead yourself to believe, well, what does Baylor have left on their schedule? Baylor has K-State. So one of those two are going to knock themselves out this coming weekend as well. And then who does Baylor have at the end of the year? TCU as well. So it doesn't look good for Baylor right now. If we take a look at K-State, Texas has the tiebreaker over them, but K-State after this coming week against Baylor, they got West Virginia in West Virginia, and then they're going to host Kansas, a dangerous team who is very likely to upset K-State as well. So it could be a rematch of this coming week for the Big 12 title with TCU and Texas, if Texas kind of wins out.
Well, Big 12, this is their only chance to get a team into the playoffs is TCU.
And they
can basically hurt themselves this weekend.
And they have to be undefeated in order to get in. I don't think a one-loss TCU team, even if TCU loses Saturday and then has retribution in the championship game, I don't think that they get in, especially over a one-loss Tennessee team.
Yeah, even if you're talking about a one-loss Big Ten team, or maybe a one-loss Pac-12 team, I don't think they get over the Big 12 team. I just, you see, I think those conferences are looking tougher. You know, of course, the Big 10 and the SEC look tougher than the Big 12, but I think the Pac-12 or whatever it's called,
it is Pac-12.
It's actually looking better than the Big 12 at this point right now.
Is it are you saying the Pac-12 is looking stronger solely because right now Oregon is leading in the top slot? Like currently Oregon is 6, and their only loss is to the defending national champion Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you look at the top. You can look at the Pac-12, 16, whatever it is, top 4 teams.
Yeah,
USC, UCLA, Utah, Oregon.
Not in that order, but yeah.
I'm saying, so give me the 4 against the Pac-12 that you think that are better.
Well, I think Oregon is better than all of those teams that you just listed, although Oregon was in that mix as well.
No, I was just naming the top 4 teams.
Yeah. I think you're spot on because we're looking at what's going on in the top 25. And you hit the nail on the head. Oregon, USC at 8, UCLA at 12, Utah at 13. There's 4 right there. Yeah. And there's going to be a wash. Eventually, they're all going to play each other. And that's the crazy thing. Utah has already beat USC. USC, if they win out, are eventually beat UCLA. And then they'll probably, if USC wins out, they eventually could meet Oregon in the Pac-12 championship because they both would come in at 1 loss.
And then you look at the Pac-12, you look at their top 4 teams. You got TCU, Texas,
K-State,
Kansas State.
K-State.
Who's
Kansas
State your third?
Kansas is dirty right now. Now that they have their starting quarterback, who is now healthy, they embarrassed Oklahoma State last weekend. Embarrassed, 37-16.
What happened to Oklahoma State? I mean, it looked like I don't get what's going on with them as a team. Like they literally just put up nothing. Is that quarterback Sanders, the quarterback, that good? I've never seen that guy be that good, so I don't understand. So I mean, it's kind of weird. It's I don't know if Gandhi could be on the hot seat because I know they love him there, but it seems like for as good as that team looked at one point, for them to fall off like that is kind of rough. But I mean, hey, Jimbo Fisher, it falls off hard too, and I don't think anybody's saying he's done because I don't think anybody wants to buy that money. Nobody wants to get that payout.
That could be another conversation. But for me, I think K-State learned how to play defense and play offense. Texas, with the guidance of Gary Patterson, has learned how to play defense. And everybody else in the big is Baylor as well because of Dave Aranda, but everybody else hasn't figured out how to play defense. And right now, I think with Kansas, they're just shocking everybody. They didn't think Kansas would be able to produce the way they're producing. And so this is more of shock and awe, in my opinion, at this time. But getting back to round out the TCU-Texas game.
one more question.
Yeah.
Do you think Gary Patterson shows up next year on the UT campus?
No, not at all. He'll be a head coach somewhere.
Got to be, right?
Auburn. Maybe. I mean, that's like the best job and the worst job. But Gary Patterson will be a head coach somewhere next year. And I would,
got to be, right?
Yeah, you got to be. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be at a program that's, I mean, I hope it's Texas State, but I don't think it's going to be Texas State. But at the same time, it's like it's going to be one of those mid-major programs that's going to have a pipeline that's already been established. And I wouldn't be shocked if it's somewhere in the surrounding Texas area. Like it could be Arizona State. It could be Auburn. It could be Nebraska. It could be Nebraska.
Yeah, I was going to say Nebraska still haven't found anything. And
Yeah.
I know Nebraska's been their history. They like defensive guys.
Right.
They
Black
like
shirt.
that. So, he can bring back that, what was it, the black shirt? He can
Black
bring
shirt
back
defense.
that black shirt culture. And he would win people over with that. So,
It'll be the
but, I mean,
future's.
that Auburn job looks nice too, though. But do you really want that headache every year
No.
going against Saban? But
No.
but how much longer do you think Saban has? You think Saban can do 10 more years?
Dude, I think Saban is going to be just fine. That he'll reload. I was giving him a lot of crap yesterday, but I think he's just going to be able to reload. And a lot of those A&M recruits, I think, are going to start decommitting. We've already seen a couple of decommits from Texas. We saw some commits today from Texas. The prize defensive end 4-star recruit Colton Vasek did commit today to the University of Texas, flipping from Oklahoma. I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Saban not Nick Saban. Man, it could be Nick Saban. He could go out there and start flipping some of these Aggie recruits who are maybe a little bit doubtful with the future with Jimbo over there in Aggie land. It's too early to see. Once the season's over and we get that early signing period, when the transfer portal opens up, I'm already seeing Coach Prime advocating for recruits if they don't know where to go to give a look at Jackson State and heavily looking at that transfer portal because he knows there's going to be a plethora of talent that's going to be coming out and looking for a home. Why not an HBCU with Jackson State? It's going to be a hot commodity once this transfer portal opens. And guys, just how football came and went pretty much. Football season is practically rounding or ramping down for the college football season. We're midway through the NFL. But geez, oh geez, the month of November is my favorite month, not only because it's a birthday month, but college football is on every day. There's college football going on right now, tomorrow, Thursday,
Watching
NFL.
Ball State, Toledo.
It's a fun time every November when you get to see college ball and NFL ball every day of the week for the entire month of November. For all
Why
football
you so
fans.
love for the basketball, dude? Like,
Listen,
college basketball
'cause
just
let me want to
started
know why,
up.
Wes.
And he had-
Let me tell you why.
Huh?
Let me tell you why. Because let me tell you what it is with baseball. I don't know the rules of baseball. And with basketball. Let me get there. It's a build-up. Let me get there. And with basketball, there's so many games. There's so many exciting highlights that are going to come from the season. When it comes down to those play-in games to get to the dance, the NCAA tournament, that is when I tune in because you got young people and coaches who are literally fighting for their playoff lives to go compete in that national tournament that pretty much drives the revenue for the NCAA and all of their programs. And that's kind of when I get into it. But for basketball, early on, it's a little bit of a snooze fest for me. I just got to be honest with you. But that's why we rely on guys like you, NBA guys like James, to go ahead and get that information so we can deliver it to the good people of the PRS show. Tell me one thing, my friend. Tell me one thing. Are you ready for Week 10 in the NFL? And are you ready for America's Game of the Week? Because you sure have on a very fine lid there. Very, very beautiful, the Dallas Cowboys. I love to see it. You're looking dapper as always. I love that 1980s line that meets the cap of the lid of the brim. Fantastic. I'm just waiting to see. There it is. Show the good people. Look at them guns. Let's go, Cowboys. How about them boys? Big game in Lambeau. Let's not bury the lead too much more. What is your prognostication for this coming weekend? We do have the picks
I still
in.
got more notice for my shirt.
We
man.
do have the picks in. Hey, shout out to the World Cup. It's coming soon enough. We'll get to Qatar when it's time to get there. But for me, this coming weekend, America's Game of the Week. Wes, how do you see things panning out for the two teams in Titletown?
Are you asking who I'm picking?
No, I just want to talk about the game.
Because you know who I picked already.
I know, but the people don't.
It's hard to go against Aaron Rodgers and the way he is on the Cowboys. I mean, he's like 8-1 against the Cowboys. So, maybe he finds a little bit of his mojo back. And I just, I see the Packers winning. Just because I don't know if Cowboys are ready to go. I think it's gonna be cold. I think the high is like 36 or something like that.
Whew.
Cowboys haven't seen cold weather yet. So yeah, I went ahead, went with the Packers. It's rough. It wasn't a smart idea, but I'm looking at the numbers and I'm looking at Aaron Rodgers against Dallas Cowboys, 8-1.
Love to see it. Love how you pick against the Dallas Cowboys week in and week out. Producer James, do you see retribution coming for Aaron Rodgers? Will he vindicate himself?
Man, I hope so, dude. Honestly, if there's one team that I can't stand losing to, it's the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, you haven't had to lose to them very much.
Yeah, true. But I think it's happened like once in the past, like 4 or 5 meetings or so.
9 games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
8,
been a while.
8-1. I just said it.
Okay. Oh, I'm over here dealing with some technical
No,
stuff.
you're good.
Nah, I mean, I'm gonna stay hopeful. I am gonna watch the game. I'm gonna have a good time with the family, and hopefully.
You don't sound very confident, dude.
How can I be? Like, I'm a realist. Okay. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if we do win the game, it's like some shit that's not supposed to happen. You know what I mean?
Would you say the hand of God?
The hand of Rodgers.
The hand of Rodgers. Okay.
Hand of Rodgers.
Because God doesn't care about football, to be honest.
This is like you're doubting Aaron Rodgers at home.
I don't think that's what
in
he said.
He can't do it all on his. He can't like throw the ball and then run down and catch it himself. You know what I mean?
I know, Giselle. I know.
Yeah. So that's my prognostication.
Romeo Doubs out for Green Bay. Christian Watson, the rookie, questionable. And a couple of defenders questionable. For Dallas, Noah Brown and Zeke are questionable. I don't know if Zeke should play. I think he should just go ahead and take it easy. We got enough firepower for the Green Bay Packers. We'll reveal the leaderboard when we get back from break. 9:53. We'll go a little bit deeper into the Cowboys matchup with the Green Bay Packers and get into a little bit deeper conversation. There is some big games I do want to talk about. Seattle, Tampa Bay, and Munich, Germany. Early kick. I don't know how well the Seattle Seahawks will fare flying that far away from home. Additionally, I'm a little intrigued on this Washington Commanders Philly game. I wanted to call for the upset, but I just couldn't get myself to pull that far away from Philly. But I think it might be a lot tighter than people may think. Tyler Heineke could have some giant killer in him. And that would be something if the first loss for the Philadelphia were to come at the hands of the last placed Washington Commanders.
Calm down, Carla.
Give us a minute. Dang, I didn't even see no chat. I was like, where's the chat at? Where's the chat?
She's shaking her head because I took the Packers.
Oh. I like how you're giving out your picks. You'll see my picks when we get back from break. Give us about 5 minutes. We'll get into it. Come back with more NFL talk. Dive a little bit deeper into the Green Bay Dallas Cowboy matchup. Odell, come on home, Odell. Come on. Just come home. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just reading a couple of notes. Producer James sent over a little bit about some scandalous, scathing activity we might not get to on today's show. But Brett Favre, you turned out to be a scumbag, bro. Sorry to say it, but it's turned out to be true and truer by the day, if the alleged information is correct. For more on that story, we'll probably dabble in it when we get off the rails a little bit more. But back into the bag of the NFL. Dallas Cowboys going up to Lambeau Field to take on the Aaron Rodgers-led, pretty much Aaron Rodgers-only Green Bay Packers team with a full slate of healthy participants. I see the Dallas Cowboys winning this game handily if the defense can get out front of the Green Bay Packers. I expect Aaron Rodgers to come out firing on all cylinders, I want to see him start utilizing Ryan Tunyon just a little bit more and his tight ends just to get easy throws. I speculated to the fellas off the air that I think Aaron may be injured with his throwing hand on his thumb of his throwing hand. And I don't know if that's going to be all right to kind of, take into consideration. But that is the kind of the way I feel about it right now. Wes, you all right there, buddy?
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, I saw your face. See, I can see Wes right now. Y'all can't see Wes, but I can see Wes. And he kind of made a face like he smelled some stankonia. And I was just like, what is going on over here? My friend, want to make sure everything is okay. I don't know if the lady upstairs is cooking the witch's brew, but at the same time, I just want to make sure you are all fine and dandy. My friend.
No, I saw a score, and I was like, what? South Carolina basketball was with a close game with South Carolina State University. That's all. I just saw a score. I didn't like it. It wasn't nothing to smell bad.
What?
You know me, man. I'm a sports fan, dude.
Your face definitely communicates when your mouth doesn't. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah. It's hard hiding my feelings because my face always shows it.
No doubt about it, man. Let's get into it. The Dallas Cowboys dominate, I believe, in my opinion, the Green Bay Packers. James, I'm sorry. Don't be snuggling under the covers too long because it's just not good for your health, man. Get in the sun. I hope it's going to be all right. But if I have to eat crow Monday, I'll definitely eat my crow happily. But I think Dallas Cowboys take care of business 24-17. I'm going to give Aaron Rodgers a shot, 24-17. Is what I'm looking like. I think the score is going to be a little bit closer than what the full outcome of the game will be. This game, I think, is going to be controlled mainly by the defense of the Dallas Cowboys. Surprise, surprise. Wes, how do you see it faring, man?
I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers against the Cowboys, dude. He's 8-1. So how am I going to pick anybody else but Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers probably just going to show you he's still got something left, and I think he pulls off the win. He'll probably put up about 30. So I say, and then, Dak will probably do that little trash can time stuff. So probably 30-24 Packers.
30-24. So you think Mason Crosby's going to have a big day?
I mean, that's what he's known for.
Mason Crossbar. That's what he's known for.
Oh, man. How you going to hate on that man's career, dude?
Those are the facts.
Nah,
Come on, James, get in here.
What?
Come on, get in here. Tell me how it's gonna go.
24-21 Packers.
That's close. Yeah, we're all in that neighborhood. We're all in that like 7-point, 6-point neighborhood. I think that's where it's kind of gonna lie at. Y'all like the Packers. I love Aaron Rodgers. I think he's a great quarterback. He's my fantasy quarterback. I just don't think he has enough tools. He doesn't have enough weapons. He doesn't have a receiver. Amari Rodgers can't catch. Romeo Doubs is hurt. Christian Watkins just did not deserve to be a second round pick. And who do you have? Like, Cobb is still hurt. Sammy Watkins can't run routes. They're not on the same page with Aaron. Now, this how do you say his name? Tufi or Tufay?
I don't know.
That kid may be a surprise. He may be the guy who Aaron turns to for the wideouts because he apparently has an understanding of what scramble rules mean and how to execute them. He had a good connection with Aaron, I think, late in that game and in the game before that. It'll just be, we'll see if he gets in the mix. But I think they need to utilize their tight ends more. Ram the ball, Aaron, A.J. Dillon.
Run the ball,
throw your tight ends, And then when you get into the end zone, maybe you run bootleg with Aaron to get touchdowns. Maybe it's time for Aaron to start using his legs a little bit more.
Yeah, they need to run the ball. Just run it.
Yeah, and look, I
Keep
know
pounding.
maybe it's time to put Aaron Jones in the slot. Get him and AJ Dillon on the field at the same time. Get a little bit creative. Look, LaFleur needs to turn back the time. Turn back the hands of time. Get creative. Devontae's gone. Stop thinking about it. Stop thinking that one of these guys is going to turn into 17. He's not. They got to get creative with the play call. The defense has got to step up. Y'all got to find a replacement for your all-world linebacker. And hopefully some of these rookies out of Georgia that y'all drafted can step up and take some of the load off of these other guys. But Yair Alexander had a pick last week. Hopefully more of that to come. Dak Prescott, don't be throwing interceptions. And for the same thing, I would love to see a low-scoring game, defense dominated, run the ball 3 yards in a cloud of smoke, and I think that would be all good for me since I'm a defensive-minded guy. Y'all probably don't want to see that, Wes.
How long do you give the Packers if they continue this way of going? How long do you wait and say, you know what, let's go ahead and sit Aaron down and let's go see what Jordan Love can do? Because obviously you don't have too many more years with Aaron Rodgers. You drafted this guy Jordan Love pretty high up. Why, if you're not going to be able to contend for a playoff spot, why would you keep sending Aaron Rodgers out there? That's all I'm saying.
Well, there's 8 games left for them because they have a bye coming up in week 14. And they're 3-6.
Mm-hmm.
They're 3-6. They're still in the hunt mathematically. They're still there. So if they get a win or if they get a loss, they're still in the mix. The question is that you're going to have to ride this out. And I'm going to tell you why you got to ride it out. If you pull Aaron Rodgers and bench him for Jordan Love, you might as well get ready to trade Aaron Rodgers. Because
why not?
He will. You don't want to do that. It's the best player on that team. Aaron Rodgers is the best player on the Green Bay Packers roster.
It's no disrespect for Aaron Rodgers. You got to start thinking about your future.
But it is disrespect to Aaron Rodgers if you do that.
They've done it before. I mean, obviously they did it when they put in Aaron Rodgers. So, I mean, at some point, you got to start thinking about your future. And hey, if Aaron Rodgers wants to go somewhere else, so be it. So,
but here's the thing: is you're saying that Jordan Love is Aaron Rodgers when Aaron Rodgers came out in year 4, and they're not. The reason Aaron Rodgers came out to replace Brett Favre is because he was torching the number 1 defense for the Green Bay Packers that year. He was torching them in practice. That's why they said, let's make the move, let's get Favre out, and let's push him out. Jordan Love ain't torching that defense in practice.
Which, by the way, that game that Brett Favre went out because he hurt his thumb was against the Dallas Cowboys.
Thank you, James.
Anyway, I'm just saying, at some point,
you notice how he gives the eye roll when you bring up Dallas and Aaron coming out and having a freaking game of his life to beat Dallas. You didn't mention that part. I thought you would.
I didn't need to.
Facts.
Yeah.
So, and that's why Jake give here, Wes is rolling his eyes. But in return, Wes picks Green Bay this coming week, and I don't understand it. Why is it that you have to have a clown show to pick against the Dallas Cowboys every week when you're 3 games behind? I don't understand it, sir. Make it make sense. There's that Stankonia again.
What are you talking about? Aaron Rodgers has owned the Dallas Cowboys.
But you're just talking about that. You're just talking about that maybe he should be benched.
Who was his number 1 receiver when he came in the league?
I said, when do you start
Greg
to think
Jennings.
about benching him?
Who was his number 1 receiver
words.
whenever he played Dallas the last 4 games? Devontae Adams. Bro, he doesn't have a number 2 receiver, much less a number 1.
It's still Aaron Rodgers. I'm just saying, dude.
True.
He's 8-1 against the Cowboys.
True.
How can I pick against that?
Easily, Micah Parsons.
You know, I just don't know how this team is going to adapt to playing in cold weather. I'm just,
Can we
I got my
fact check
doubts.
him? Can we fact check this weather report that Wes is saying the game is going to be in the 30s? Because I hear it and I'm like, is he telling us the truth? You're pretty good about telling the truth. I will say that.
Dude, I can't help it that my team.
The weather at kickoff will be 44 degrees and clear. What the hell is this 36-degree weather you're talking about?
No, dude. I've already talked to my team. I talked to the weatherman. Whoever you got is wrong. So just calm down.
Okay, cool. AccuWeather. James West just said, y'all are hogwash. You mean nothing. You have zero credibility. You don't deserve to be on the ESPN platform. You might as well go and just bankrupt your company because you shouldn't be doing business providing inaccurate weather whenever it comes down to the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers game.
You got to be that harsh, dude. Nobody said all that.
That's what you just said.
They're mistaken. That's all I said, man.
I actually
you made all this. Oh, they're terrible. Hey, man, people make mistakes, man. Ain't nobody human. I mean, everybody's human.
I was gonna say
everybody's human. People make mistakes, bro.
I actually have right here. It says provided by FantasyNerds.com. It says partly cloudy throughout the day, low of 23, high of 36.
When's the kickoff?
4:25 Eastern.
Okay, what's the weather at kickoff?
I don't know.
Yeah, we're giving highs and lows, and we don't know if we're coming or going, do we?
All right, I'll find one like that.
The high is 36. What does that matter when kickoff is? The high is 36.
The high is 36 today.
No, that day, Sunday.
Okay, so where are we getting? Then why is this thing reporting 44? You know what? Let's do this. Let's go to the Weather Channel and let's see what the Weather Channel has for the hour.
I think you owe me an apology.
Hey, I'm going to give it to you right now if I find this to be true. Give me 1 second. I'm not going to grovel on my knees or anything. I don't know who you think you are.
Nobody said you had to grovel. I just want to, hey, Wes, you're cool. That's all I want.
All right, here we go. Wes, you're cool. Sunday, partly cloudy skies in the morning will give way to cloudy skies during the afternoon, high of 36 degrees Fahrenheit. AccuWeather is trash. They should bankrupt their company. They need to stop doing business. They have no need being on the ESPN platform. And for God's sakes, take them off of game time weather because it is absolutely disingenuous to report false weather. And it makes me look like a damn fool. And I got to apologize to Wes. What the hell is going on around here?
Are we gonna reveal our picks?
Hey, Accu, you still cool with me? I know y'all made mistakes.
AccuWeather can go kick rocks. It's that time, folks. James, thank you for keeping me on task, keeping me away from getting on another soapbox, because I'm a little sensitive like that sometimes. Don't like to be wrong. Nobody does. Wes, you're cool. You were right. I apologize.
Thank you.
You're still ugly though. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Sorry, you deserve that. Leading in the number one spot.
Put that crown off.
The number one spot. Your boy. Still in sole possession.
No, for the week you tied. You take the crown off.
No, my guy. Overall records.
No. The other week I was still overall ahead and I didn't get to wear the crown.
Yes, you did.
No, it was week by week who gets to wear the crown. You and James tied.
Dude, we're in week 10. What are you talking about?
It's whoever wins that week gets to wear the crown.
No. Where have you been these last 10 weeks?
10 weeks? What are you talking about?
9 weeks.
We haven't had the crown for that long.
As I was saying, coming in at a record at 78-57 on the year through week 9, the King has maintained his crown. Bear down. West Washington coming in 3 games behind, 75-60 with an overall record. And James breaking 500. Thank God. 68-67. It's going to be a dubious run to the finish. We all like the Falcons. Wes and I are on Tampa Bay. James is on that Seattle bag. They're a good team. I just don't know how you go from the West Coast to Munich, Germany. It's a long flight. Buffalo looks good. You like the Vikings. Bear down. We're Chicago through and through. Tennessee for Wes and James. I like Denver. Let's ride. KC across the board. Miami across the board. The Giants across the board. The NO, them, what's it 305? Not 305. What did Lil Wayne?
504?
504 boys. Thank you very much, Wes. 504 boys for me and James. Wes is on the Pittsburgh Yinzers. We like the Raiders. Me and James like the Rams. Tell me about Kyler Murray, Wes. Why do you like Kyler taking on the Rams? Do you think James? Do you think that Jalen Ramsey spilled a little bit too many beans whenever he was talking about the offense needs to pick things up a little bit more? Is that where you find a little bit of fault?
I kind of felt like that. I feel like the Rams have more turmoil. I feel like the Cardinals maybe have finding some magic and finding a little rhythm, and I think they win this game.
Nice, I like it. As for poll numbers, Sanchez, these are tracked weekly. We have the documentation to verify all numbers. So, let's just keep it like it is. We have things back filed and super filed and square filed. I don't know if the pollsters do that. Do they do that, James? I don't know. Sometimes machines break, right?
Yeah.
That's what they say. Getting back to the lineup, San Francisco across the board. We all love the Philly Fanatics. And your boy in sole possession taking the Dallas Cowboys over the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, Wes and James, I got to give it, look, Wes, I'm not going to give you any credit, but I got to give credit to James. Ride or die. You just fly by the seat of your pants. James is a ride or die. I got to give him credit. You, though, sir, shame on you. Shame on you.
Whatever, man.
Shame on you.
I'm going by.
Imagine if he had been riding with the Cowboys this season. Like
he would be killing me.
Yeah.
He'd be killing you and me.
For what?
For what?
What would I be killing y'all for?
You'd have the crown week in and week out.
No, man. I thought we were doing the crown from week to week. Who wins week
Didn't
to week?
he just talk about?
So whatever.
I need to quit picking with my feelings.
That's what he said. That's what he said. Feelings.
Anyway. Can we go to the next game?
Man, my feelings. We already ran through all the games. That was the last one. Oh, we do have one more, right? We have Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
It's the Monday Night Football is
Philly and Washington.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
What's the Sunday night game?
I put the Dallas and Green Bay
Rams in San Francisco, I believe. I mean,
Oh,
Chargers.
you just want to get to the okay. My bad.
He just wanted to make it more climactic. I got it. I can follow him. I'm savvy. Law don't go around here. Savvy. For all you film buffs out there. You know,
I got to stop picking
You don't
with
know
my
that
feelings
movie?
so much.
that came out right around Pulp Fiction.
What is it?
Tombstone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Tombstone.
Yeah, I thought you did. Y'all know
You never seen Tombstone?
you know the term Huckleberry?
What about it?
You never seen Tombstone?
No, he
Yes,
has.
I have.
Yeah. It's not Huckleberry. It's Hucklebearer.
Huckleberry.
Hucklebearer it used to be a term for pallbearers.
Mm.
Because Huckle meant handle and bear meant.
Tombstone's the greatest movie of all time.
Trying to do a little telltale here in West.
I'm gonna let Paul finish, but Tombstone is the greatest movie of all time.
I don't know about all that.
That's what he said.
Who said that?
Wes.
Oh, see, I couldn't hear him. You know what? He's such a Cowboy fan through and through, but he'll never pick the Dallas Cowboys.
Why?
Tombstone, greatest movie of all time, represents the Dallas Cowboys on national television, international television, reps the Dallas Cowboys whenever he's, driving around, always making sure he represents with the big chain. I heard he signed that chain. He autographed it and gave it away to a young child, a youth, if you will. He's a man of the people, but when it comes down to the PRS show, he just sabotaged the Cowboys. I don't know what it is. What do you have to say for yourself, sir?
Oh man, y'all are ridiculous, dude. I'm sitting there taking a man that is 8-1 against the team. I mean, obviously, I got to go with Aaron Rodgers. That's just logic.
All right.
So whatever, man. I told you I got tired of picking with my heart. I'm picking, with my brain now. And hopefully, this is going to change the dynamic and what's going on right now. And I get back into the lead and relax. And I'll just start picking better. It's all right, man. I don't know why y'all think my pick is so crazy.
Well,
I may pick against the Cowboys, but I cheer for the Cowboys.
When are you gonna pick? Like when it comes down to the Colts and the Cowboys, the Commanders and the Cowboys, are you gonna pick the Cowboys?
I don't know. It depends on how those teams are playing.
Well,
Washington's actually playing a little bit better.
The Indianapolis Colts just hired a brand new head coach who has no experience as a head coach in the NFL or collegiate football. They hired him off an ESPN analyst seat to run their organization. Jim Irsay said he didn't know how to make sausage, but he could run an NFL football team. What's going on?
Like this ain't the NFL. You can get up and win any game. So what happens if the Colts get up, they win this game, they get a little momentum going? I'm not saying they're a playoff team, but you never know. So, everybody gets fired up to beat the Cowboys.
Did you see Indianapolis in New England?
Every team when the schedule came out, circle Cowboys. Because you know why? You want to beat the Cowboys. You want to embarrass the Cowboys. Why? Because it's the biggest franchise in sports.
You sound like you have so much scar tissue beat up. This buildup of scar tissue from the 90s. And then when Troy Aikman got knocked out of his helmet by LeVar Arrington when they were the Washington Redskins. And then when Quincy Carter took over as quarterback, Rodney Peete took over as quarterback. And then you finally ended up with Tony Romo as quarterback. And you had this letdown after letdown. And then you think about in the back of your mind when Don Meredith was a quarterback, and he let you down in the 1970s. And then it took Roger Staubach to revitalize your faith in the Dallas Cowboys, to beat Terry Bradshaw and the Pittsburgh Steelers, to win a couple of a couple of Super Bowl championships. And then when Troy did his thing with them 305 boys down in Miami, Jimmy Johnson came over to save the day. And then when Jerry Jones got his feelings hurt and his ego wasn't stroked, he told Jimmy to kick rocks. And now we're back in the moment where you got all this scar tissue build up, Wes. And we just need to let me come in there, do a little surgical precision to get that nasty scar tissue out of your shoulder blade so we can get that chip off your shoulder and you can be once again healed and bathed in the glory and success of the Dallas Cowboys. Let me hear you say one time, Wes. Let me hear you say one time. How about them Cowboys?
Win a playoff game.
How about them
win a playoff game?
How about them Cowboys?
A championship. How about y'all do something? Then I will say, how about them Cowboys?
Wes Washington, the Dallas Cowboy apologist. What did Carla say? Question: have the Cowboys beat anyone with a winning record? New York Giants.
Carla, have you beat anybody with a winning record? How about that?
New York Giants. Yes, that's an easy one, Carla. Yes, very easy. Are the Chicago Bears a winning program, Wes? Are they above 500?
I know they lost to the Cowboys.
Are they above? I don't know if they're above 500.
Carla, you know what? I'm not intimidated by you anymore because you didn't want to play fantasy football with us.
Oh, 3-5. That's right. Chicago's 3-5. Sorry. Although I'm a very big fan. I'm a really big fan of Justin Fields. Ever since he was at Ohio State, I like that kid. I like him a lot.
Hey, I like the Bears fans. They were actually nice people at the game. They came out, they showed up. There was a lot of Bears fans, but they were also nice people, man.
Dude, how can you not be a nice person if you just like to drink beer and eat brats? That sounds like my best friend. I love beers and brats. I just gotta say.
Oh, I love me some beer brats, dude. Ooh, a little sauerkraut and some spicy hot mustard.
Yes, sir. Potato roll. Get you on a potato roll. Shit, don't get me started talking about food.
Y'all like relish on like hot dogs or chili dogs?
I just need that spicy mustard.
I'll do a little bit of onion on some chili dogs, but no relish.
You like relish, Wes?
Yeah, I got it, but not like sweet relish. It's got to be like the dill, like the spicy relish.
I'll do both. I mean, it's just chopped up diced pickles. Yeah.
I because I kind of do I do the hot dogs and whatever. I can maybe do them differently. Like I do my brats different than my hot dog.
Do y'all do
You know.
do y'all ever do the Chicago dogs where you got like that whole pickle spear and a couple of peppers on the? I like those.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's
I've seen
good.
them, but
I mean, come on, you can tell.
yeah.
You want to read that latest comment?
Trust me, I picked the Cowboys this week, unlike some fake fans. Fake fans. Fake fans.
Whatever, Carl. All I hear is wham, 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 wham. You didn't want to play fantasy football with us.
Hey man, maybe she got more important things to do, my guy. I'm just saying. Just saying. You gotta call people out like that. Hater. Dallas Cowboy. Dallas
she can
Cowboy.
call me out, but I can't.
Dallas Cowboy hater. Hey, is he really though a hater? When it comes to game day, James, is he really a hater? Do we have any evidence that proves he's a hater?
I don't know what his deal. I have yet to figure him out. Like, I don't know what his deal is.
It's like Monday. It's like from Monday to Saturday. It's like win a playoff game. Win a playoff game.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Sunday morning, it's like the sun comes out, the revitalization comes over his body. He feels that today is the day the Dallas Cowboy have a victory day. And I just don't know what it is about. It's just something in the air. It must be something in that Plano air.
Ridiculous.
Something in that Plano air. Maybe it's Phil Collins in the morning after he gets a nice shower, gets in there, get his nice lineup, and he just has. I can
That's
feel
actually
it coming
every time the
on.
Cowboys do win, when we're leaving the game,
Oh yeah,
that song in the air tonight is played.
that's cool. Is it at the stadium or is it in your truck?
No. When we're all in the car, when we're leaving, we definitely put on Phil Collins in the air tonight.
What do you do? What do you do when they lose? What do y'all put on when they lose?
Usually when they lose, man, it's just real quiet. You know, like when you play sports
Yeah,
and you lost the game and you're on the road, how quiet was that bus?
super quiet, scary,
Yeah.
scary
That's just how the
quiet.
car is, man.
Scary quiet.
It's quiet.
Man, that you took me back for a minute, Wes. I was like, man, I just had a moment, reminisce back in the day after a tough loss.
Yeah.
28 minutes after the hour. Let's get into a quick break. When we get back, maybe we'll talk a little UFC 281, the style bender versus his only loss in kickboxing. James, who was that?
Alex Pereira.
Alex Pereira. Number 3 overall. Lightweight?
Middleweight.
Middleweight.
Yeah, middleweight.
All right, guys. Maybe we'll talk about that. We'll definitely get off the rails. Maybe talk a little bit about food because I am definitely a little bit hungry.
For sure.
When we get back. See you then. Welcome back to the show. It is time to get off the rails, part of the show where we limit the sports talk, but we do talk about some other wild and crazy things. The one thing we'll not talk about is what's going on currently in our country, because I don't have time.
You mean politics?
We're doing that tomorrow. Where are we doing that at, James?
On Dark Side of the Mic.
How do
on
we get there?
YouTube or on Facebook.
How do you search for it?
You just search Dark Side of the Mic. There's a little character logo that's going to pop up. You just hit that follow or subscribe button.
We're going
Click
to talk
the
about
bell so you know when we're live. We'll be going live at 7, though.
Mañanas
Yeah.
on your show.
Yeah.
Oh, Paul's going to get in trouble because I'm going to be loose.
I'm going to make sure to attach all of your socials and
Yeah, go for it.
everything you're involved in.
I think both parties are, little fishy. I don't care for none of them.
Okay.
The lot of them kick rocks.
I want to see your ticket.
My ticket?
Yeah.
What about it?
I want to see it.
What, my ballot?
Who you voted for? Yeah, your ballot.
Well, I can tell you. I can just tell it to you
Okay, tomorrow.
All right, let's get into it. UFC 281 this coming Saturday.
Yeah.
Are they fighting in Dubai again?
No, I don't think so.
They need to better be in Vegas so that I can at least enjoy it somewhat.
It is taking place.
I know, man. We're gonna have my buddy I used to work with at BJ's, Dylan King. This dude, he fights. I know he's not definitely he's not on that level or whatever, but he does like the ultimate fighting or whatever. I saw him this weekend at my friend's wedding. We gotta talk to him one time.
No doubt. I like to see it. We'll have to get that set up. We need to get Fradzilla in here too, man. He gave me the greatest birthday wish I've ever received on Facebook. I mean,
he's
was
a nice guy. I mean, I want to hit him in the face a lot, but he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he was very nice. Very, very I was very excited and grateful for that. Birthday wishes out there. UFC 281, not Anderson Silva, Paul. What are you talking about? Israel Adesanya versus, say his name for me?
Alex Pereira.
Pereira.
Yeah.
I always want to say Pereira.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
But,
Pereira.
the hope is anything.
I see it.
Madison Square Garden.
Oh, in New York.
Yeah.
And then we have
Carla Esparza.
and Wei Lee.
Wei Lee, yeah.
And then what's the third one? It's
Poirier and Michael Chandler.
Michael Chandler.
Dude,
He just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know.
He's a killer, dude.
He is. No, don't get me wrong, but I just think I see him and I see short man syndrome, and I'm like, now don't get me wrong, Michael, dude, I know you could break my face. I'm not disrespecting you, sir, but what I am saying is I just get that vibe from him, but I'm pretty sure he's not like that. Because when he kicked Ferguson in the face, I was like,
Poirier don't give you that vibe?
Poirier?
Yeah.
He seems he seems like he's a great human outside of the octagon, but in the octagon, he's a killer too.
Yeah.
But both those dudes are killers. I think we all know that.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, Poirier. But Poirier seems like he's got that on and off switch, and I've seen Chandler in enough interviews on podcasts to where I know he has it. But when you look at him, it's like I don't think he has it, but he obviously does because what we've seen.
We also have Frankie Edgar and Chris Gutierrez. I don't know why Frankie Edgar is on the main card. Still.
Did somebody get pulled?
Not that I know of.
Are they coming for you?
Why would they be coming for me?
That's for me. Oh, crap. No, I'm just kidding.
Who'd you vote for?
That's what it is.
And they got Dan Hooker also is fighting Claudio Puelles. But Dan Hooker is a heavy hitter. Also trains with Izzy.
Adesanya?
Yeah.
All those New Zealand guys, huh?
Yeah. So that it's gonna be a good card. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun card. Is that Poirier and Chandler fight gonna be a number one contender? Or is it an eliminator?
It should be.
It could be, right?
Yeah. Because they're definitely at the top of the heap.
And that's 170 or that's 155?
That's 155.
55.
Yeah. That would be for Islam's belt.
Ain't nobody taking that away from Islam. I don't think so.
Alex Pereira 6-1 in MMA. Just got in the game from kickboxing.
There's a lot of history with him in Israel, huh?
Yeah. Lost the first time to points and then the second time to brutal knockout.
Vicious knockout.
So I mean, it's safe to say, like, you know, that he has his number, but then again, Israel Adesanya is not the same fighter that he was then. So
he's kickboxing is a lot more different than MMA.
Yeah, you gotta. There will be no. This is gonna be a kickboxing match. So,
think so?
Oh yeah, there's not gonna be any takedowns. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be all striking.
Even if Israel gets behind, you think he won't take him down?
I don't think so.
Just that arrogance.
I mean, he might if your stand up's not working for you. Well, then you know you got to try other things. But I just don't see him going for takedowns. These fight. I think they both want to stand. I just hope it's not boring like Izzy and Yoel Romero.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that one.
What happened to America? Yeah.
Say yes to gay Jesus.
That's not what he said. That's not what he said.
That's not what I said.
That's not what he said. That's not what he said.
That's not what I said. But yeah, it's gonna be good. Looking forward to it.
All right, good deal.
Definitely.
Now we get into it, fellas. Let's bring Wes back into the mix. I got a question, sir. Why did you change your hat?
What?
Why did you change your cap?
Just because I wanted to talk about the Texas Rangers. You know, they got their new coach coming in, Bruce Bochy.
Who cares?
You know, get excited about the Texas Rangers. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Shout out to the world champion Houston Astros winning the World Series this past Saturday night. Who cares about the Texas Rangers right now? You just changed your hat because you don't want to talk about Dallas.
No.
Let's just be real about it.
No, dude. I wanted to talk about the Texas Rangers.
And you did. Very good.
What's wrong with you?
Sir, what's wrong with you?
There's
How come you
nothing.
can't pick the
I'm just
Dallas
saying,
Cowboys?
I'm excited about the new coach for the Texas Rangers. Bruce Bochy, that's a big deal, man. We need some winning around here. Come on, man. You need to chill out, bro.
Who's this we?
You need to hug. Hey, James, go hug him, dude. He needs a hug again.
Who's this we?
So he needs a hug, dude. There's something wrong. He's so angry.
Anyways, back at it. So I saw this Instagram reel this morning while I was kind of, taking my morning break from the 9 to 5. Who's ready for some Little Debbie's Christmas cakes? The Christmas cakes in the shape of trees.
Yeah.
Vanilla ones, chocolate. Vanilla or chocolate?
I can go with both. Natural instinct, I want to go towards chocolate, but I mean, I'd probably have to mix them up.
I want the vanilla ones.
I'll get a box and I might take one bite out of one of them because those things are so fucking sweet. They are so sweet, dude. Like I bite into one and I'm just like,
your teeth hurt.
I turn into Ric Flair. Yeah, I'm like, woo!
You better have a black coffee by you real quick. Like,
yeah. Oh, that sounds very good. But yeah, I dare not eat a whole one. Just don't do it.
I try not to eat the whole box because you only get 5 in a box. Bro, I'm gonna knock down. Bro, I'm knocking down 2. You better believe it, Jack.
Boxes?
I'm knocking. No. 2 cakes. But if I take the box to the couch, that box ain't making it back to the kitchen. It ain't making it back to the pantry, Jack. I'm sorry.
That's terrible.
I believe, yes, it is terrible.
Dude.
But they're delicious.
I stopped by Little Debbie's, man, because I had a little thing about those Little Debbie's, especially the zebra cakes.
Oh, yeah.
And the Nutty Buddies or whatever. Is it Nutty Buddy, Nutty Bars?
They're
whatever,
pretty
man.
much the same thing. Like the Christmas, the trees and then the zebra cake.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same
You know what I really like? The HEB cookies, the seasonal cookies that they put out.
Okay.
They're like they're cookies, but they're like they got like frosting on them, like.
Are these in the bakery or in the
soft.
cookie?
Yeah, they're in the bakery,
Okay,
but they're like
I know what you're
they're
talking about.
soft. They do Halloween ones. Oh, dude, they're so good, but they're the same thing. With those, I might be able to take 2 bites because they are so sweet. So I normally, and I give them to the kids. Here you go. Here's a little freebie on top of the 1 a day you're allowed.
Dude, those things. I know what you're talking about.
They're so sweet,
and they're the unassuming sweet snack you want. They're just like you see them and you're like, because the packaging, right? It's just like plastic little packaging,
and they're not that much.
And then, they're like a couple bucks, and then you get like you have whatever snack or here, this snack, but the one you want is in that cheap package to get those cookies. cookies. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we got an HEB up here now. I'm excited. I haven't been there yet though.
Wow.
Oh, in Plano?
Yeah,
I
we got
heard
HEB
about
in
it.
Plano
I heard
and
it's
one in
like
Frisco.
I heard
so
it's like
it's
badass.
close. But I've heard it's been so ridiculously crowded. Like so,
They just
I
had
mean,
like their grand opening like a few weeks ago, didn't they?
like they've had like high school bands and stuff playing while they open. Like it's been insane. And you can see the other stores are trying to do special things to get their attention. But
What are other stores that compete with HEB up there?
it's
Randall's?
gonna be
Kroger's?
Tom Thumb and Kroger.
Kroger. No Albertsons or Randall's?
No, I don't think so.
So I'm about to give like I don't want to give this free commercial to the Heb, but I was fortunate when I lived in San Antonio. I got to go to 2 grand openings of Hebs. One was the one off 64 and Bandera Road, and at that time, it was the world's largest Heb, biggest one that had ever been built. And so I went in there and I was like, dude, it reminded me of like a Costco or a Sam's warehouse. It was like that humongous. And then the other one was when I lived downtown San Antonio, they built a 2-story Heb at Nogalitos and Highway 90. This was like this was in the hood, but it was 2-story and it was brand new. And the base level was the parking lot, and the second tier was like the store. So like you got your cart, and they had those like magnetic ramps where you put your cart and it like magnetized to the ramp, and you like ride it up, bro. And then you kind of go do your shopping. But it was like a small Heb, like the one we used to have here, before it burned down. Yeah. So before it don't say no names. Don't say no names. We got to protect the innocent here, or protect the alleged.
Paul Rodriguez show number 10.
Jeez.
No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, it's a small store, but it was cool because of the nostalgia kind of wrapped around it. Notice I didn't say the acronyms, I just said the Heb. I was going to say something else, but it was a little too controversial.
Okay.
Employment bureaus. Yeah.
I grew up on the Heb. I've been at my elementary school used to be right across the street from the Heb, like Springdale or something. What is Springdale?
Did he say Heb?
Heb.
Heb.
You pop.
He Pope Anonymous? Damn, you give him all the hard ones. You give me all the hard ones.
Yeah.
851. Anything else going on? Are you still awaiting for Andor?
Star Wars?
Yes.
I haven't really, man. I tell you, like these days, dude, I'm just like I'm so busy. Like during the week,
It's like your dad or something.
yeah, something like that. I try to be, but no, yeah. So I got to pick my shows that I watch, and usually I use my downtime to play Apex on PS5. You know? So
Nerd.
hey, man, whatever, you know.
When you get your time, it's your time.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with playing video games.
I know, but I got to make fun of it a little bit. I mean, it's not like I'm over here bashing the dude for playing video games.
My problem is, or you know, I just got a bone to pick, but it's not with nobody. It's a fact of, you know, like I was telling you guys last week that, you know, the new season of Apex was dropping, which means, you know, a new map, new skins and all that stuff, you know, new things, new ranking system. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to go home and enjoy this. But then I'm like, well, I shouldn't stay awake past 11 because I got to go to work. And if I stay up later, I'm going to be tired because I got to wake up at 5. And I'm like, and so I ended up staying up till like almost 2 in the morning, which means I get like 3 hours of sleep. And then so I was tired as hell in the morning. And I'm like, I'm grumpy because I'm tired. And I'm like, this is like, when I want to do what I want to do to have some fun, I got to sacrifice like being tired at work the next day. And I'm like, this is just bullshit.
Why don't you just save it up and do it on the weekend?
I can do that. But when it's the weekend, you know, I like to go out and be social. So, but that's my thing. I'm like, why do I got to do this? Why do I got to be like, play Apex? Or
Because you're a father, you're a family man, you're a provider, You got side hustles. I mean, you got shit going on.
I'm adulting.
You're adulting.
So that's just my thing. You know.
Yeah, it's rough being an adult. Dude.
If I had financial freedom, I'd do whatever the fuck I want. But then again, wouldn't everybody? Right?
Yes, 100%. Wes, what about you?
What did I went to I don't know. I don't know what we talked about.
You already
what
talked
have I
about
been
the
doing?
wedding.
What?
You already talked about the wedding.
Yeah. So, what else did I do? I started any new shows. I started a new
Salute,
sneezing
sir.
attack.
Yeah.
Sneezing.
Wakanda Forever is coming out Thursday. So I'll probably take the kiddos to watch that. You didn't like the first one?
I love the first one.
So then what's the face for?
Killmonger needs to be Black Panther.
Well, you need to watch What If.
Why? In the comics, Killmonger comes back and becomes, before the princess is Black Panther, Killmonger comes back as Black Panther before she is.
Okay.
That's my beef. Hold on to it.
You haven't watched the movie?
Which movie?
The new one.
No. We all know it's the princess. Spoiler alert, it's the princess.
Wes, you got 2 bless yous in the chat, so I'm going to throw you another bless you for the third one.
Salud for the Spanish folk out there.
Oh, thank you. Man, allergies be killing me.
Sheetrock. What's up?
What? Say who? Oh, man. But what's coming up this weekend though? Anything big?
Dallas
Yeah,
Cowboys
no,
at Green Bay.
Yellowstone's coming back this weekend.
Bomb.
I'm a fan of Yellowstone. Whatever.
Bro, you just got to shit on whatever. Like, whatever he was going to bring up, you were going to do that regardless. I am fully convinced.
If it had been Duck Call Room, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, man.
Pretty damn close. Yellowstone.
For some reason, 2 days a week, I want to just come hang out and be insulted by Paul. Oh man, I'll tell you what.
I didn't know I was insulting.
It's cool, man. I hope you enjoy it, buddy, because I signed up for you to insult me all the time. But whatever, man. Yellowstone is good, dude. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, if you like drama.
I like drama on TV. I don't like drama in my real life.
That's a good. You know what?
As I can be.
Respect to that. 100%.
Whatever, man. And then we got, but you know, what was that? I watched the movie. I watched that the Fletch with the guy from Made Men. What's his name?
Never seen it.
You never seen Made Men?
You mean Mad Men?
Mad Men. My bad, dude. You know what I meant.
That's what I'm asking.
You know my mind ain't great, but no. What's his name? Like
Josh Hamm?
yes, I think that's his name. He did a movie. I guess it's kind of like supposed to be like a Fletch movie. I forget what it's called, something Fletch. But I watched that earlier. It wasn't bad. He was pretty good in it. They had some good acting in it, so it wasn't bad. I haven't seen a good comedy in a while. That's probably the best one I watched in a while.
What you looking up there?
It's John Hamm, not Josh Hamm. Sorry.
John Hamm, yeah.
Sorry. My
Yes,
fault.
that's right. But
I don't know.
What about what? You had any good food lately? Anything new? Anything talking about anything new?
Can I go?
What do you got?
Go.
Dude,
You don't got to ask me. Just go.
well, because I thought you were about to go.
Oh, I'm going to go.
Don't go. Hey, I made some really good chicken on Sunday. I'm gonna make it again on next Sunday for the game. And
What'd you do?
I put some different seasonings together. I'm not going to tell my recipe, but I put some new seasonings.
And here you go.
What?
How you gonna bring up this good chicken recipe and you're like, well, I ain't telling y'all nothing. I ain't gonna tell you how it went down. It's like, man, I was like, I want to prepare some good chicken. I wanted, like, it was some seasoning. Did you do it? How'd you grill it? You fry it?
Well, hit my DMs. I'll give you the recipe. But so I put it in the brine and I leave it there for a few hours. I probably I want it for the game on Sunday. I'm gonna do it overnight so that all those flavors and juices really get in there. Put some seasoning on there. I got some wood mesquite that one of my friends went and left me, and so I've been using that and I smoked it. And I normally do the drumsticks, but I did the leg quarters. Oh, they came out so good. And everyone loved them too.
All dark meat.
I told them, I said, y'all let me know. And I made sure of like I watched them just devour it. Cause I was like, don't tell me that it's good just because you don't want to piss me off.
Yeah.
Were
they talking?
No.
When nobody talks, it's good.
Yeah.
When nobody's talking.
Yeah.
Food's legit.
Yeah, it was good. So I'm looking forward to
something. Then you smoked them for about how long?
Man, I had it hot. I had it pretty hot, so I smoked them for maybe 2.5, 3 hours.
400?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot and fast.
Yeah. Normally I do around 300, 350 tops.
Now you're talking 4 hours.
Yeah.
So
Which is good. If I have the time, I'll do it.
So I did that. I smoked chicken this weekend. I probably made 10 pounds of chicken thighs, bone in, and I smoked it for 300, 4 hours. 300 at 4 hours.
What do you got, a Traeger or what?
No, my little tin box over there.
Really?
Dude. Yeah. I cheated though. So I start with.
Fucking knew it.
I start with instant light, and then I have carbon on top of it. So that hard carbon, I break it up, and so once it's hot, that bad boy, that heat ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
So I don't use wood, but I use the charcoal.
Yeah, I just used the wood because it was there, and I was like, it's been here, I might as well just use it. And normally I'll get some charcoal and I'll put it on the bottom of it just to start it up, but it had got rained on, but it still burned. My girl was like, it's not. She was like, no, Cam, my cuh. And I had it fired up. It was smoking, dude. My pit was just smoking.
Yeah.
I was like, see, Cam, my cuh.
That's how you know it's really hot is when all that smoke. Yeah. Mine just had that light wisp. I was just like, just go, just cook. 300. It took a while. It took probably took an hour to get from 275 to 3, and then it hit, and then it held at 3, and I'm like, don't open it, just leave it alone. But once I got to the last 30 minutes, I get my barbecue sauce concoction. It's okay, Wes. It's just barbecue sauce, Sweet Baby Ray's, and lime juice, and I whip that up and get it nice incorporated, and then I dunk each chicken thigh, dunk it, and then I'll mop a couple of others, dunk those, but everybody's getting dunked. Dunks, get a little excess off, dunk it, put it back on the last 30 minutes, let it get tacky. Son.
Do you probe it?
Don't have to.
Okay,
I can see it. Once it gets this so my buddies from Mexico, they taught me, they said, look.
Thermometer.
They said, look, if your chicken looks like a fire ant, it's good. Once it looks like a fire ant, you're good to go.